it was such a surprise at that time that, wait, why would a movie about men, like not even, sorry, Robert Carlyle, attractive men stripping, why is this so popular or has such an impact? And so it was after watching.
For the attorneys of Robert Carlyle, if you'd like to get in touch with Sam, we'll provide a direct link in the show notes. Understand that we sign waivers before we bring. Go ahead.
Welcome to Steps to the Stage, a 7th Street Community Theater podcast.
Hey, theater friends, welcome to Steps to the Stage, where we talk to the community theater professionals you know and love. Today, we're really excited. We have some amazing people here. One, a person that I'm very fond of, Toni, who's been with us multiple times, and our families are close, and not only do we have our relationship here at the theater, but together as well, and in just trying to, hit this world on full force and give it our gusto. So we're really excited to have Toni here. And right next to her is we have Justin, Ralph, and Sam who are here today. And we're going to really enjoy getting to know about you guys and the process of going through. We're here to talk about the full Monty. Ooh. And this is something that I would imagine most of our listeners are familiar with. Obviously, we would probably say the movie that came out in the late 90s that was directed by Peter Cantaneo. Did I say that correctly? I'm sure I didn't. And then written by Simon Beaufoy. Beaufoy? Yeah.
Yes.
And then this was based in England, Sheffield in the 90s, but then in 2000, a Broadway production came out. Yes. And this was... it actually, going back to the movie, I forgot to mention, actually won an Oscar for Best Score,
yes,
which was kind of controversial at the time. So odd, but I only bring that up because we'll want to talk about the music when we get into it. But it debuted in 2000 in the Eugene O'Neill Theater in New York. Let's see, it was based off a book by Terrence McNally, and the music and lyrics were by David Yazbek, if I have that correct.
Yes.
Then there was also several other adaptations, TV shows, everything else. So the point is, Full Monty is something that people have a little bit of content to go off of. Yeah. So that can be good and can be bad. So before we meet you gentlemen, I'm going to talk to Toni a little bit, our director, and just kind of get a little bit of insights into the process thus far and why this and those questions that we always love to know about.
Yes. I absolutely love this show, and everyone thinks about the Full Monty, and then they think about, oh my. But there's a great story. There's heartfelt characters. There's kind of relationships that are wonderful, father and son, husband and wife, friends. Being out of work and losing your confidence, and situations where you don't know what you'll do next, or how far would you go to save your family or to get money to go ahead. What do you do?
Yeah.
So that's what happens. And these out of work steel workers in New York are faced with all that.
So Buffalo, correct?
Yes.
Are you following that in time period 80s, late 80s?
1989.
Okay, all right.
Yes,
what a great year.
I know, it's so cool.
It's just the year I was born.
Year I graduated high school. Okay, so I mean, of course, people immediately go to the title and what we know inevitably potentially is going to happen. So, but that's just kind of a vehicle to some very real issues that we all face. Yes. And isn't that great that this art and drama can be funny at the same time it can touch base with those things that we all have to deal with every day.
How good he is.
You read the script.
Well,
True.
Listen, friends, we've talked about it in the last couple episodes. We're in some pretty amazing times. And I'll say amazing, and you can interpret that however you want. During this time, art is really important, and we've talked about it the last couple episodes. So I'm thankful that I get to put this little podcast out there to the world. And when I say the world, it's cool. Like we're in like 80 different countries and all over the place. And that tells me that there are people in the world that want to hear these stories, and especially through this art. right?
Mhm.
And community theater is such a core to all of this, right? Because there's only a few stages on Broadway and only a few stages on the West End, but there are hundreds, if not thousands, of community theater stages across the world where people like us can get together and we can ply our trade, but also give a message. So I will jump off my diatribe and we're going to jump over here to Justin, who is a first-time attendee to Steps to the Stage. Welcome. Justin, give us a little bit about your background, acting, and specifically here in Chino, if there is any history or if this is your debut here.
I've been performing since I was 5. This is probably my 180th show.
I love that.
Very first time being in Chino. Brought in by the lovely Toni. And this is my 3rd production of the Full Monty. 2nd time getting to actually go Full Monty.
5 and hundreds of productions
Yeah.
in the Inland Empire or all over?
The state of I'm from Central California.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Wonderful.
a transplant down here. And then I also lived in Florida for a couple of years and performed out there as well.
That is wonderful. Great history and welcome to our beautiful stage. And thank you for being on our program today. We have Ralph as well. Welcome, Ralph.
Well, thank you.
And give us a little bit about your history and same questions. We'll just go down the line.
So in 1989, when this play takes place, I actually joined the military. So I've been in the military since 1989. But I started theater actually when I was stationed in South Carolina. And I've been doing it since, it's been about 40 years, 30 years. And I've done shows I've been in South Carolina, I've been in Nevada, I did shows in England, and then all over California and Washington as well. This is my 2nd time doing this particular show. The first time I did it with Justin, and it was...
Where was that at, if I may ask?
It was in Riverside.
In Riverside, okay.
Yes.
I love that. And did I hear that you started theater while you were in the military?
Yes, sir.
So I'm sorry, we're going to take a little sidestep because this is the first time we've ever touched base with something like this. Not necessarily something you put together, the military and
True.
community
Very
theater.
true.
So I'll just leave it at that and I'll let you give me a little bit of history about that or whatever you'd like to share with us.
So when my dad was in the Army, I did a couple of small things in the DYA, which is Dependent Youth Activities in Germany. And I just never got into it too much throughout my life because we always moved so much. And then when I got in the military, I moved to South Carolina at Shaw Air Force Base. And a friend of mine was doing theater and he said, come on. And then I was in every single production that we did while I was stationed there. And after that, I just got the bug.
That's fantastic. And I mean, I literally have goosebumps just thinking like, what a great opportunity. Because again, not things that you would necessarily put together, and then here you are several decades later and still plying your trade. And did I hear this is your first time at Chino as well?
This is my first time at Chino.
First
as well.
time. Well,
Yes.
welcome to Chino.
Yes. So
All
thanks
right.
to Toni. Yes.
Well, you know what? We were having a discussion before we started recording about my children that, have had a couple of wonderful experiences working with you.
Love them.
And everyone on the show has heard me talk about them often. And it's just great to know that there are those out there that are looking out for each other, but that can mentor and that can give that inspiration, and I know that my kids that are now adults are directing and, they are bringing people onto the stage for the first time and already just in the short amount of time, like if we're out and about in the community and it's, Marley, Abby, hugs. And so just absolutely love that and love the conduits and the connections that are made throughout this. So thank you so much for sharing your story with us, Sam.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So similar to Justin, I've been performing since I was 8 years old in community
I
theater.
was 5.
Oh, okay. It's not a competition.
Look out.
I can't go back in time and change that. But I am older than you, so I've done more shows. So it was my dad in San Diego. He was coerced by one of his friends to do ensemble in community theater.
Okay.
And when I saw him up on stage and saw the theater, I was like, I want to do that. So my first role was Michael in Peter Pan. I was very tall. I was a very tall Michael. But from then, just theater consumed my life. So I did theater all throughout high school, grew up in San Diego.
Okay.
Did theater at Starlight Civic Light Opera, RIP.
Yeah.
Then moved up here, did theater up here, Fullerton Civic Light Opera, RIP.
Yeah.
It's just a who's who of all the different places that I've performed out up here through my 20s and early 30s. I will say this is my first show in 12 years.
Okay.
My son was born 12 years ago, so you can kind of put two and two together of what took priority there. But now that he's old enough to technically take care of himself, enough that we don't have to be there every waking moment. It's my wife and I, we were discussing about getting back into theater. And so I just literally Googled what's in Chino, because we moved to Chino Hills about 3 years ago.
Okay.
And saw auditions for Full Monty. And Full Monty is a show I've always wanted to do. Jerry is a dream role of mine. And it was one of those of like, hey, I'm just going to go try out and see what happens. And here we are.
Yep.
3 weeks away from
Here we
opening.
are.
Wonderful. Well, welcome as well, and great to hear the long story. And it is also, we must make mention that unfortunately there are theaters that don't survive.
Mhm.
We've had a few out here in Inland Empire. Part of the reason why we're here is trying to get more attention to it and people in seats, butts in seats, as we like to
Yes.
say. So,
Yes.
but Jerry is your role.
Correct. Yes.
And I didn't get to ask you guys your roles.
I am Dave.
You're Dave and Justin.
I am Malcolm McGregor.
All right.
He's the only one with the last name in this show, by the way.
Oh, really? Is that?
that's not true.
That's not true at
That's
all.
the only one that can pronounce mine.
We can tell already, listeners, that this is going to be a fun show because we're not even, 5 minutes into this conversation, and these three have been going at it in a very, very loving, healthy way, but also in a great way.
Dave's last name is Bukachinsky, just so you know.
Ah, spell that one backwards. Nice. So we're in 1989. We're in Buffalo. Tell me a little bit about the process getting up to this point, because we open up in a couple weeks,
Yes, we
and we need to get ready. And I know Peter Pan just finished this past weekend, so we've got our set changes that take place.
Right.
That's the beautiful thing about this theater is there's rarely a weekend where there's not something going on, and even during the week we've got camps going and everything else.
That's so true.
I digress. Toni, tell us a little bit more about the process of where we're
Well, I
at.
have a fabulous musical director and a choreographer, and they each have their own rehearsals with the cast, so that makes it easy.
Okay.
Yes, and they are fabulous. I've worked with Tina before. This is the first time I've worked with Jen, but they got their own rehearsal schedule. And the problem that we had to start off with is in New York, there was really bad weather, and they could not deliver our scripts.
Ah,
We had to wait 3 weeks to get
Wow.
our scripts because
Wow.
of the weather. I mean, no control. So I'm happy to say that we finally got them, and they had to readjust their schedules, but they're working with them. I've got fabulous voices. These guys are just phenomenal, and so that helps. The whole
Yes.
cast is they're very glad to be doing this show. That's the best thing about it. So they're all very anxious to get it right. Where my costumer Kathy Miller is just wonderful finding 1989 clothes. I have
I'm missing stuff from my closet, by the way.
You don't need that.
I just got everything from Ralph's closet.
it's so true.
We love Kathy. She's amazing.
Oh, she is. I just adore her. And she really works hard. And so when you have a whole crew like that, I have Phil Parker putting in some music, the pre-show and all that. He's wonderful. And he knows music so well. It's just like you get all these people and it's an ensemble. It's a bouquet of wonderful people and situations. And so that's how it's all coming together. I love our rehearsals. I love coming here. They come early almost every night.
I understand because they were actually here before I got here to set up, so to
about
do some rehearsing. So
Isn't that wonderful?
you
That's-
must love that
I
dedication.
just do. I do. And for me, wanting to do the show, I knew that it hadn't been done in a long time. And I knew there'd be some talk, I don't know if we should do it or, what about
Has
the
the full Monty, has it been on our stage before?
No,
Okay.
no, not at all. Not at all. It was, it was difficult to get it
Yes.
approved. I will say that. Yes.
Understand.
But it is, we're putting the content advisories on everything.
Right.
And so if you come, you know what to expect.
Yep.
That's the way we do it. If you don't want to, don't come.
Listen to the podcast.
That's it. There you go. There you go.
And you can always donate.
Yes. There's that. This is very true.
Please. We're thinking about that. We're thinking about how we can fundraise for this and, buy G-strings for the cast. It's just all kinds of stuff like that. Having a wonderful time. I really am. I love to direct. I love to work with talented people,
Yes.
And so for me, it's making my heart happy. And that's...
Well, we always love the experience that you bring, but especially the energy and love for theater, and it shows every time we see a production, and you and I get a chance to talk. So we so appreciate that. So, Justin and Ralph, you've been in a production like this before, and remind me, is it the same character, different characters?
So my character was the same. I played Dave
I played Jerry.
to his
Okay.
Jerry.
So now I'm
Okay.
playing
Yes.
Malcolm. Now I'm playing a
Yes.
more appropriate role for my age.
So I played the same role both times, and I absolutely love this role. So when I was offered it, I was super happy to get it.
And so, having that chance to do it again, now that you've gone through it, what are you bringing this time? What's your approach this time? Is there something different? Is it just refining, or guide us? Question to both of you.
Well, I had to play a straight man before, so now I get to play a gay dude, and that's fun. So it's kind of a little bit different. But what about you?
For me, I think it's easier this time because I know the show, I know the character, I know the ups and downs of things. So I think it's easier this time for me. And for some reason, the first time I did it, my main song, there was a high note that I couldn't hit. And this time, I'm not having any problems hitting it. So it's kind of surprising to me. I don't know why. Maybe you get older and your voice gets better. I don't know, but I'm enjoying it. I just love this show. But yeah,
I think there's also something that's good to have several members of the cast that have a little bit deeper familiarity with it
It is nice.
than the others. I mean, it's almost you can compare it to anything when you have the rookie versus the the veteran on there. So
Exactly.
And then let me ask specifically, since this is your first time on the stage, let's hear a little bit about your impressions about our nice little theater.
Well, I did see Elf. I believe I'm not sure when Elf was, but it was at a Christmas time. And I saw that and I loved it. I think it's so quaint and intimate. I have a whole list of like 50 shows that would be great here. All musicals, but...
And there's nothing wrong with
We'll talk,
musicals.
Toni,
We love musicals.
Yes, we do.
I've done theater all over the Inland Empire, Redlands Footlighters, RCP, Rialto. So doing a show here is fun for me because I wanted to get out and do new theaters, and being here and being on this stage is very exciting because it's new and it's a new group of people that'll come see. So it's really cool being at.
Had you seen anything here before? And you hadn't acted, but had you seen anything here?
Yes, I've seen several shows here.
Oh, okay. So you
I
guys
even got to see Toni on stage.
Oh, I love it. So you had a little bit of familiarity. So
Yes.
that's nice.
Yeah, I was familiar with the space.
I mean, it's a small theater, of course, but I think that's apropos. I would imagine for most community theaters, not too many 20,000 seat community theaters out there. But we have a nice backstage and a nice dressing room area and
Workspace.
Yes.
Yeah. That's great. Sam, how about you?
No, this is actually my first time being in this theater. Again, it's only knowing really Orange County and San Diego theater areas. It was when I came to audition and saw just the history that was behind this theater, and then talking with Toni at auditions and at callbacks of like, hey, what? Has this always been here? And it was, oh no, this used to be an electric company, and it's one of two in the Inland Empire. The other is a yoga studio now in Montclair. So it was just interesting to come in and see just such an intimate space with history behind it. Because again, most of the newer theaters in Orange County and in the LA area are either in industrial areas,
Yeah.
or it's where they're renting out that space, or it's makeshift theaters, or not theaters, churches that they change into theaters.
Right.
And so being able to come in and see a dedicated theater space that has been here since the 80s,
yeah.
is just absolutely wonderful to be a part of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, one that Sam can't close down.
It's true, yeah. It's,
it's
just been the
time. Listeners, I'm just telling you, like, you got to come to the show because, I mean, the comedy that we're getting here is got to translate on stage. But we agree with you, Sam. This is a very special place. A great, amazing theater with a lot of great energy and a lot of great history. And I'm glad that you recognized it, felt it, and thank you for mentioning it because I know that'll mean a lot to a lot of people that have been here and done a lot of shows. I had a question specifically to the movie. I'm assuming you've all seen it, and how has that impacted you, or has it, or have you stayed away from it, or?
Yes, I actually just watched it for the first time like a couple weeks ago.
Okay,
because I didn't want it to like affect, and like I've done a million shows that have a movie, and I have not seen the movie. I'm not really into movies. I love musical theater, but watching the movie, I'm like, wow. A lot of our script is in this movie, and a lot of the characters have weird names that are not what is in our script.
Yep.
And yeah, there's a lot of similarities. And I like that in the musical, they stretch out some of the characters so you learn more about them.
Yeah.
And they give them more of a backstory because in the movie, some of them are like, okay, you just walk on and strip and you're one of the 6 leads. You know?
True. Yeah, I saw the movie when it first came out, and I loved it. Robert Carlyle's one of my favorite actors. I know, but Robert Carlyle's one of my favorite actors. He was fantastic, and he was a lead in Full Monty, and I really, really enjoyed it. And then several years passed, and then I saw they made a musical of it, and I got to see it, and I immediately fell in love with the story. Like Toni said, it's a father and a son, and a husband and wife. And then a son and a mother, and this show is just funny and endearing. And yeah, I mean, the movie was similar, but I enjoy this so much more than the film.
Yeah, this is way better than the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry if you love the movie, but this is just...
Yeah, I saw, similar to Ralph, I didn't see it when it came out, but I saw it when it came to VHS. That's how old I am.
Can you spell that?
V.
Can you smell that?
Sound it out.
Use your words.
Podcasters, you can't see the finger I'm holding up, but I'm sure you can guess.
It's the peace finger, right?
I need a little piece finger.
But yeah, it's because I remember I believe it was nominated for Best Picture as well, if I'm not mistaken. Which was wild at the time.
I think it was.
Yeah, and
And
that it won Best Score.
Yeah,
I
and
read
it was
that
such a
was
surprise.
fairly controversial.
It was such a surprise at that time that, wait, why would a movie about men, like not even, sorry, Robert Carlyle, attractive men stripping, why is this so popular? Or has such an impact. And so it was after watching.
For the attorneys of Robert Carlyle, if you'd like to get in touch with Sam, we'll provide a direct link in the show notes. Understand that we sign waivers before we bring. Go ahead.
But then it was my drama teachers in high school in San Diego. Full Monty debuted at the Old Globe. And so they went to go see it, and they came back and they said, we want to take you guys to see it, but obviously we can't. Even though you don't see anything, it's more about the heart and the emotion, and the way they described it was just something I was like, oh, I've got to see this show. I actually then went to New York for a couple of weeks, and when I was in New York, I was lucky enough to see the Broadway show.
You didn't tell any of us.
Amazing.
Oh, I told Toni.
That's cool.
So yeah,
didn't know
seeing
that.
it with Patrick Wilson and seeing the original Broadway cast. Thank you,
Jealous.
TKTS. So it was just a phenomenal experience to see it and experience it that way. It stuck with me, and it was one of those that the music is so. It's not traditional musical theater.
Okay.
It's very. It's how to describe it, because it's jarring, but in such a great way.
Okay.
Because it's not just, hey, I'm going to sing about my feelings. It's, hey, let me bare my soul. what's actually happening with me? And it's just such a wonderful story to go. And it's comparing it to the movie it's I feel like it's so similar, but they're two totally different pieces of media.
Right.
And Toni, was that direction you gave up front, or in regards to
I did not want. I didn't want them to watch the movie. I didn't recommend that. For me, I don't even watch it. It was years ago that I saw it because they need to be their own characters. I mean, whatever the movie did, we can't do that.
Right.
And we need to work off each other and the relationships that we form and all the energy and all the confidence that we get is coming from us. And so this is the unit that I want to represent. And so I never talk about a movie. And when anybody says, well, in the movie they did this, I don't care. even another play. Well, we used to do this. That was another stage, another place, and a different cast.
Yeah.
So it all has to be us. And that's where I come from. This is the unit that we're putting together. And so, and we do. They you see how they've connected. I mean, I can't believe that they would need anything from a movie or another play to have these relationships. They are so fun. I'm serious.
Give me a hug.
We're having a hug fest, listeners,
Honestly,
going on.
When I come to the theater, they do hug me. Can you believe that? I mean, they actually, oh hi,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I'm just, I get a little bit emotional about it because it's really
Getting a little verklempt. Talks amongst yourselves. We need a little moment here. Talks amongst yourselves.
from New York. I can't tell.
Yes.
I just want to say real quick on top of what she just said about the cast. This show really lives or dies with the six guys, and if the six guys hit it off really well, it's super easy and super fun. And this cast is exactly what happened. The six of us just hit it off immediately. And when we did the dances, we just jumped in. If we messed up, we're like, come on. I mean, everybody's been super supportive the whole time. And yeah, the six of us, we've just clicked so easily.
And I want to plug him, even though he's not here. Vince, who plays our Ethan,
Okay.
absolutely hilarious.
Oh,
He plays Ethan his own way, not the typical like meathead, and he plays him so much more grounded and real. But I crack up every time, and I don't break on stage, and he makes me break, and I just love him to death. I mean, everyone in it, Bryant, Paul, absolutely.
We're really, really funny.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
And confident.
And
that's-
humble.
We'll see about that.
And
Very
that's a
humble.
good thing.
Very humble.
You know,
right.
I mean, part of this whole process is the process.
Yes.
Right? Of course, the end product we want to be something that anyone can come in and enjoy, and understand whether they're going to have their own experiences ahead of time, or maybe they won't. Maybe they walk in fresh off the street and know nothing about it, but they're going to come in with their own interpretations, and what they're going to receive is this: what we're listening to. Right, this energy that you guys all obviously have, and the respect you have for the rest of the cast and those that are helping. And I think that's quintessential for success, right?
Yeah,
because if you're not having fun up there, and the audience can see it, smell it, hear it,
100%.
everything, and with the experience collectively that we have here, I'm obviously preaching to the choir, but I love witnessing it as somewhat of a newbie to the theater world. But to see, I was a sports guy, and I always equate a production to a season in sports, right? You have your team, your games are your each production, and you go through all that process up there. And like, I've only had a few, and I've mentioned this many times, but when you're done, it's like, you never forget that cast. You never forget, you never forget the feeling,
100%.
right? And I think that's the beauty of community theater, right? And then the audience receives that because they can they can obviously feel and sense the connection. Let's talk a little bit more about some of the people that we haven't mentioned that aren't here, because obviously we've talked about Kathy, we've talked about some of the other cast, but who else have we not mentioned that you'd like to speak about?
The women in the show are very strong.
Which
Jessie Canales,
we need them to
yes,
support
Jessie
us.
Canales is wonderful. So much energy. Maria Monaco, she had great energy, very fun. They come out there and they just give it all.
Yeah.
And
Julie Kirkpatrick.
of course,
She's
and
an icon.
yes, she really is. She really is. And she had really fun. She said from auditions on, she hadn't done a show in a while. And she said, this was so great and so happy to be involved. And so how wonderful is that?
Allison,
Allison
and Noun.
All of the women.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I want every one of them.
We can't forget Patty too.
No.
Patty.
She's so
Patty.
fun.
You
She's so
have to
fun.
come see Patty.
Yeah, and Paul Chambers, he's
Right.
also one of the guys, and he's wonderful. And it's his sister Patty
Twins.
that's in there.
Twin sister.
I know.
What is that?
I know. And she's a riot. I can't even tell you. Every single person has their moment. The biggest thing I always tell my cast is I want them to be real. And whether it's a comedy, whether it's a musical, you're real. And everybody has emotions. Universally, emotions are there. So we tap in as a character to those emotions, and it's going to resonate with somebody. And that's what it is. And this show will definitely do that. There's many, many, many things that are going to happen that people are going to resonate with, and I think be moved by or be comforted by, and just leave feeling good.
Wonderful. We talked about Kathy doing costumes. Who's doing the set design and who's been
Tom
involved with that?
Kirkpatrick.
Okay.
Speaking of Julie, I lucked out there, boy.
Yeah.
I really did. And it's a fabulous, he's got a great set design. I can't tell you. When they actually do the full Monty, they're on a stage and the lights are going to come, the doors are going to open and the lights come on. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. And he's got a car that he brings on that they made. It's a fake car. And
Volkswagen Bug.
yes.
Which is my dream car, and they didn't even know.
And Malcolm gets to do that
Tom.
Yeah.
scene, and it's what a great time that is with you in that car, and then these two guys. It's very good. It's very good. So the set is wonderful, and like I said, Phil's doing some of the music for the set, and we have, the usual Debbie and Gracie and Sage is taking pictures. And,
Wonderful. Doing some publicity, and they're running in front of the
Our
house.
stage manager, Alex.
Yes.
Okay,
And Alex,
wonderful.
I begged her to come back. She did Raisin with me.
Yeah.
And so I loved having her. And I had to wait for some of these people because they were busy with other things, but they were worth waiting for. It really.
Well, that's important when you're putting together your cast and the people that are supporting you. You need to feel comfortable with that.
Exactly.
And that, I think that helps with the magic and whatnot.
Me too.
What I'm really excited and because it doesn't happen often, because sometimes you see the same actors over and over again, but to have 3 that have not been on our stage yet. I love that. And 3 not just starting out, like you've done a little bit, it sounds like. So
How many shows was that, Justin? I forgot. I didn't.
So it's 5.
Oh, and how many?
hundreds.
I can't count past 8. So.
Talk to his publicist.
Did you guys do a show in England? Saying.
Oh, we got some flexing going on here. But to me, this is the energy that we
but that theater
need,
closed.
right? We need the new energy coming in with the people that
Absolutely.
that have been around, because that's what's going to bring more people back, right? Because an audience comes in, they see the obvious connection, they receive that, and then the old shampoo commercial, they tell 2 friends, and then we have that opportunity to to grow, and I think that's really important. So we open on April 17th, is this correct?
That's
and we
correct.
go through May 3rd.
That's it.
And we have, I would imagine most of the adult shows do a opening night gala and a talk
Yes.
back. Is
We
that
have
all
a gala,
happening?
We have a gala on opening night, and the next night is Sunday is the talk back right after the show.
Okay.
That's our matinee, and then we have the talk back. And I think it should be very interesting. I'm pretty sure they're going to want to talk to them
Yeah.
and see how it was. Yes, I know they. It's so fun. I don't give.
We need to have a bonus episode, honestly, of just all this stuff that's been going on behind here.
Sorry, we're just discussing what we're going to wear for the talk back because it's at the end of the show. So we figured we'd stay in our costumes.
I think
They're in robes at that point.
it's important to
bring an
coordinate ahead of time.
Yes.
And a very nice sock.
And the tickets are on sale or going to be on sale soon?
April the 4th.
April the 4th. So hopefully we'll see if this episode gets out before then, but they do go on sale on April 4th.
Yes.
And you can go to chinocommunitytheater.org or you can call the box office at 909-590-1149. For those of you that are in the Inland Empire and would love to come and be a part of this. And as mentioned, we have an opening gala on the first night, and then we also have the talk back, which is on Sunday.
Right.
Correct? Right. So we would love for you to come and see the full Monty but more importantly, see these wonderful actors that have obviously a love for what they're doing and a connection and a camaraderie. And it sounds like that goes throughout the cast and the crew. And so that's wonderful. And for those of you that are out there, we've got to do our little plugs. It's really important. If you're liking what you're hearing, please follow us. Please share individual episodes, share the show. Please rate, no matter what you're on, Apple, Spotify, whatever podcast platform you're on. Those ratings really, really help. And the reviews really, really help, right? We don't have an incredible marketing budget. So the marketing budget is me talking to you right now. So please do. We love that we're getting listeners all across the not only the United States, but in other parts of the world. But those little things help. So we appreciate it. So the full Monty, April 17th through May 3rd. Again, ChinoCommunityTheater.org or call the box office at 909-590-1149. Get your tickets, get them now. Come check this production out. Toni, Justin, Ralph, Sam, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For not only being with us here today, but obviously taking time out of your lives to be a part of this production. The energy is amazing, you guys. I love it. Keep it up. Can't wait to see it. And thank you all so much.
Love you, Kirk.
Thanks for listening to Steps to the Stage, a 7th Street Community Theater podcast. Follow us on your favorite podcast platform and leave us a review and a 5-star rating. It really helps. You can also find us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Special thanks to Chino Community Theater and Chino Community Children's Theater for their generous support. And very special thank you to the listeners. Steps to the Stage was created by Joey Rice and Kirk Lane. Logo created by Marley Lane. Original music by Joey Rice. Your host, Kirk Lane. Engineer and producer, Joey Rice. Engineer and executive producer, Kirk Lane.